Hey everybody, we have here some special guests with us today because we're talking about 1 Peter 5 for today's daily devotion. And I thought it would be important that you meet some folks who I serve with and get to know them a little bit better, but get to know their perspective on some verses in 1 Peter 5. So ladies, can you introduce who you are?
I'm Abby Price. I'm the campus coordinator at Downtown Norfolk.
I'm Heather Bird, and I'm the assistant children's coordinator at the Downtown Norfolk campus.
I'm Kaylee Parker, and I'm the children's coordinator at the Downtown Norfolk campus.
So 3 great ladies. I really have been able to chat with each one of them about their relationship with Christ and have benefited from those conversations and getting to know them. And so I thought today, why not ask them a question about some verses that we're talking about? So specifically, the verses that we're talking about are from 1 Peter chapter 5, starting in verse 6 and then verse 7. So here's those verses. They say, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you." So, ladies, as we're going through this world season of COVID and so many different ways that we're experiencing fallout from this, how are you navigating through this, and specifically, how do those verses apply to how you're encountering all the changes that COVID has brought on our society?
I think that for those that know me in real life can probably attest to this. Something that I struggle with personally is being a pleaser and a peacemaker and really wanting everyone to be happy. And within the season of COVID and within this time period, where I found myself struggling the most in relation to these verses is recognizing my own anxieties and recognizing that they're okay to have, and that the Lord even says there that you're going to have them. And that's something to recognize, to process, that I don't have to match necessarily what everyone else feels, and that before I bring things to other people, which is easier to do, to bring my anxieties to the Lord and to know that he's just best fit for me to, just to put my heart at peace, most importantly, because I think sometimes I can focus on, there's a lot of people to put at peace right now, and I can easily focus outward as opposed to focusing on myself and my relationship with the Lord.
I also am a peacemaker, so I can completely agree with Kaylee there on feeling that just angst and anxiety of trying to please people and come up with the right answer, and what does that look like during this time. Something that's been super encouraging for me is 2 Corinthians 10:5. It says, "Take every thought captive to obey Christ." And I literally every morning have to wake up and say, okay, I'm not going to let my thoughts go down that road of just spiraling down, and I'm going to stop them as soon as they start.
Heather, to lead off of that, it's perfect because when I let my thoughts go, I get anxious, and I have to take it back to God and be like, I could do nothing on my own. I have to remember Joshua 1:9, where he says, I command you to be strong and courageous, because without him, I'm just afraid of everything, it seems like sometimes. So it's good to know, if I can give it to him, that he will calm me and those fears will be taken away.
And I think we all have those fears during this time. Courage is not the absence of fear, it's the confrontation of fear and dealing with it and moving through it. And each of you in your roles as wives and moms, and then also me as a dad and a husband and a pastor, we have to confront those, because there are so many unknowns in this season of COVID, so many things where we say, God, we have just no idea what you're going to do. So ladies, what would maybe be 1 or 2 ways that you would say, I personally if I'm going to cast my anxiety on him, here, what's 1 or 2 ways that I do that?
Something that I find super helpful is just, I'm a morning person, so I like to get up in the morning, and that's my time to spend with the Lord. So my first 5 minutes of the day is just talking to him and praising him for what he has given me, and being thankful first. So easy to go right into the prayer requests. And I've noticed, man, wait a second, I just need to take a second and just realize what he has blessed us with, especially in this crazy time. So that's really helped me.
My day, I would love to start early in the morning, but my family starts before I do. And so oftentimes nap time for me is like the first thing I need to do is just quiet my heart and spend it with the Lord. And by that time, middle of the day, there's been enough sifting going on to feel what I'm feeling anxious about or the thoughts of the day, and to kind of see the, where the Lord is leading me, where my heart's feeling unrest. And so just spending time with him and committing that time has been really helpful for me. And then verse memorization. It's not something that truly I've been very good at growing up, but during this season of COVID, I've been trying to focus on like whole paragraphs, and it's just really helped my heart to be still. It's been a real gift.
I, like Heather, am a morning person. I'm up usually before my family. So that is the quiet time that I can get, drinking my coffee, just thanking God for everything that he has given me.
So that's awesome. So prayer, sounds like each of you, there's a set time and maybe even a set place and rhythms and habits. So in the middle of so much change and so much turmoil, still having the consistency of that time where we can cast our cares on him. And the good news is he wants them. And we'll conclude today with one of my favorite verses from Scripture, Isaiah 26:3. Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee, because he trusteth